We're here with another wrap-up episode for another show that we've had for NZIFBB. But first, our sponsors, thank you so much to Infinite Aesthetics for sponsoring the show. Use the code EMPIRE to score a discount at infiniteaesthetics.co.nz. I have about 2 brain cells left. I think Frank's got about 5 or 6. So we're running on a few days. He's doing great. But I'm a little flat. Frank's doing great. I'm 2.5, just over 2 weeks out. He's just over 4 weeks out. So roll with us. But I've got Frank Carroll back on the pod. How are you, Frank?
We're good.
Yeah. We're good. We're getting there. We've got a Wellington regionals wrap up today. We're going to cover a whole lot of shit because we didn't obviously see the show again. We weren't there live. We were catching the live streams. It was a few. Thank you, everyone who live streamed. Thank you so much for that. But we're going to cover a few things. We got a whole bunch of different questions. We got feedback from the athletes, feedback from people in the crowd. We've got so many questions about all the bikini overall. So we're going to go through a bit of that from all of the shows we've had so far. And then we'll obviously recap that, things like that as well after nationals. But let's start off with the show. What did you think, Frank? It was a smaller venue, smaller stage. We're going to go through all of that stuff together. But what did you think from what you got to catch on the lives?
It looked like there was decent numbers, and I'd heard that the show had sold out. So from that perspective, that's really cool and that's really positive. Yeah, and so we weren't there. We didn't get to feel it and be around it. And supposedly there's some mixed feelings about it, but I think you still just have to come back to like the show happened. There were numbers there. Yeah. People come and watch, so there was support, and then you got to, focus on the positives.
Focus on the positives, 100%. Like, we obviously have NZIFBB's back 100%. That's why we do what we do. That's why we love this federation. But we also want to speak for the athletes as well and get those 2 points across and kind of like everyone works together kind of thing, So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about feedback that people gave us. We're going to talk about why maybe those things happened and that sometimes we just have to deal with that shit and people need to suck it up a little bit more. Or what actually maybe went wrong and what IFBB could take on a little bit. We'll talk about both sides. And the whole thing. So we'll go through it all together. We're going to start off with our judges for this show, which I think we should point out a little bit more. I always forget to credit those guys, but fuck, they do a good job. They're all day, every day. They're traveling around the country. They kill it. We always have Chris Bold for Wada Hardy. They're always, those 2 boys, always on the panel. This one we had Shane Hunter for as well, judging. He's not always judging. People always assume he's judging, but he was for this show. We also had Joe Alberg, who is another New Zealand judge, my bad. And we also had someone from Thailand. And I'm not even going to try to brutally assassinate their last name. But then the first name is Gain. And I do remember them seeing them on the panel. I think she's a lovely lady that was there as well, which is cool because we have a big variety of people judging for us. So try tell us we're rigged. When we've got people on the panel, it ain't happening. So very fair judging. Was really, really cool to have a new influence. We had a different show format. We had the ladies first and we had the guys second, which is the first time we've done that in a fucking long time. Frank and I were trying to figure out if we've done it before. It hasn't been a while that we've done that. So was good, was bad, mixed reviews on that. We'll talk about that together as well. But starting off with the ladies, Frank, we only had 4. Women's physique, we only had Kate. She was in TOC as well. So she came back for that. Fucked it up, obviously, because she was the only one there. So she took out first place, which was cool. So good on you, Kate, for getting up there. Always looking really good. And then we moved into figure. So figure, we had a novice and open. We only had 2 competitors for figure. Did you see figure, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I actually think I might have missed that. We had Laura Roberts and Xavier. I think it was, Xavier was the other one. And Xavier took it out, both novice and open. What did you think about the figure? We only had the 2 ladies up there, but what do you think about that class for Wellington, Frank?
Yeah, there's not much to say other than credit to them for getting up there and getting it done. And, they're both new to it. And I guess highlight people are sometimes scared to think that IFBB is not the place to start, but we are full of first-timers, full of newbies.
Yeah.
Start here, man. 100%.
Get in there.
Get in with the crowd, embrace it. You'll get the best feedback, so you'll be able to go forward with the best vision of what you need to do. And I think it's the best place to start, in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool to see people giving that class a go.
Yeah, get in there, man. And there's some good talent getting into figure, so keep it going. You girls are doing amazing. So congrats to getting up there. Hopefully we see you at nationals. Make it a comp, as we say. So good job there, girls, for the figure. We appreciate you getting up there and killing it. Both novice as well, which is cool. These first timers, it's just like, you don't assume a first timer to come in and just ruin everyone, but it happens. And they get really good feedback, and then they come back the next year and you're like, wow, it's just so cool to see. So we're going to move into wellness. we talk about wellness quite a bit because it's a growing division as well, like figure, but also this is a new division in the federation. So did you catch any of the wellness? I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we had 2 classes. We had class A, class B. These are just different height classes for wellness. So we had Delphi was back. Go Delphi. She's fucking been putting the hard yards in this season. Good girl. And we had Michelle Gann. We had Hayley Cameron, which was my one to watch. And we also had Shay. I think she's coached by Ash Mullen. So really good little combo in there. We had the 4 girls battling it out. What did you think about the wellness, Frank? Tell me what you thought about. We had a bit of a mixed little variety, but it was cool. What did you think about that class?
Yeah, I think there's 2 in each class, in each division. I thought there was, pretty good representation. I think that, I know 2 of the girls first time doing it. And I think what I want to, I guess, understand better or get more clarification on is what are the judges looking for? Because, each person sort of had their own strengths. I think they all had the shape. They all had the right size for them and for what they were bringing. But in terms of definition and condition, what are we looking for? We know who the winners are. Is that what we're shooting for? Or all credit to the girls. They done good. They'll get better. But yeah, that's it more for me, and I think for the athletes and the other coaches as well, is like, what are we bringing them in like?
Yeah, 100%. It's a hard division, right? To get the size on a woman and then get the conditioning on that woman. And it's still new. So these girls haven't been building for that, or they might have been building for that long, but they've probably been trying to fit bikini for ages or figure. So it's really in the middle, and it's really hard to do, but they're doing good, and I'm proud of them all for getting up there. Delphi's, like I said, she's been competing. You might have seen her at South Islands, also TOC. She put Hayley to work, which was cool. So it came down to those 2 at the end. And she did work Hayley. I'm so stoked with that, because Hayley, as you might have seen, she come out, she's beautiful. She was so nervous. And she was like you could see it on my posing because she was nervous, but that's okay. She's dusted it off. Nationals will be a different story. Yeah. She has the size, she has the development, she has the shape, right? She looks wellness. She just has to refine baby things, and that's going to happen over time. That's why you get up there that first time. But the way she put Delphi to work and Delphi put her to work was really fun to watch. Yeah. What do you think about 3 overall wellness champs? Imagine them on stage together now. We've got Soraya, we've got TOC, you saw her in person, we've got Shelley, and then we've got Hayley. So they are different. Like, let's be honest, they are very different looking. That would be a bit of a battle, wouldn't it? Yeah. Just depends.
I think the other 2 are from the shorter class, right?
Yeah.
There's a massive difference in how it looks in that shorter class to the taller class. And so then that's where I know for me personally, I would like to know the specifics of the criteria they want. What's going to bring it? How can I get a shorter, smaller person to bring the package that's going to stand up against the taller person? Who's going to have more shape, more size. It's wellness. It's the fundamental of that class is the size.
You got to have it.
What's it meant to look like there? What's the balance? What's the ratio? What's the
and you're right, they're all different sizes. Shelley's quite short, Hayley's a bit taller, like my height. So it's all very interesting, and we'll just see how it goes at nationals, and I'm sure nationals will kind of clarify what they want. But even looking at our 3 wellness pros that we've got Bedina, we've got Paris, we've got Kathy. All of those fucking women are different. Like, you put them on stage all together when they got their pro, like, it would look like chalk and cheese. Like, it's so hard to decipher this freaking division, but I do love it. We'll see what happens at nationals. Hayley's going to go to nationals, of course. I'm sure the other girls will as well. You girls better go make wellness big. But yeah, it was a really good division. It was fun to watch. And it's just good to see more talent coming out, right? Every single time we do these shows. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Any other notes on wellness or figure, anything else before we move into bikini? Because that shit is huge yet again.
That was basically it for wellness. I'm excited to see all the girls go through to nationals, knowing that they will all improve. And I think, I'm excited to see what way things go there.
Yeah, and to see what's at Waikato. We've got one more show, so we might see some people come out. I don't even know who's competing in wellness at Waikato. I'm just staying in my lane at this moment for that show. But who knows? We don't know what will turn up. So we'll see what will happen. We'll get another look at nationals, everyone together, and we'll go from there. I'm sure the girls will be working their off season. Okay, bikini. Holy crap. Take a deep breath, in and out. Here we go. All right, first timers. 4 first timers. Masters. 8 masters. Crazy lineups here. It was awesome to see. So we had a whole bunch of girls in there. We had Madison Dobie come out. She was sort of one to watch for me. Did you see the first timers and the masters in all the bikini? I'm sure you did. Yeah, cool. First timers yet again. Really good looking first timers. What do you think about those girls? There was Anna, Madison, Renee, and Marcina. Do you remember seeing the first timers? What do you think about them?
Yeah, there's a couple of like proper standouts, and Matt, a good first timer class again. Yeah.
Yet again.
Yeah.
Always awesome there, man. These first timer bikini girls are popping out of nowhere. Great posing on some of these girls too. It's like, wow, you've just got out there for the first time and you're just posing like that. So Madison Dobie took out first timers. She's beautiful. She's stunning. I hope she goes on to, she will go on to nationals, I'm pretty sure. So she took out first timers, amazing first timer physique. The delts on her are crazy and the waist is like that. So perfect looking bikini hourglass sort of figure. So I hope she keeps going. We had masters, like I said, there was 8, there might even be 9, I can't quite count, but we had Sarah took that one out. Sarah, she looked amazing, right? What did you think about the masters? I didn't even know she was a master, and she was like, I'm competing this weekend, masters. I was like, what? I thought she was 25. What? Beautiful posing by Kate, I think. Just everything about her was amazing. What do you think about those masters? Holy heck.
Yeah, it's cool to see that you've got first timers coming through so strong, and then it's cool to see masters bringing it as well, being like, yo, their age is just a number.
Yeah. Crazy, hey.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Yeah.
Did you have anyone in masters or first timers with your victory?
I had Sarah in masters.
Oh, Sarah, of course. Yeah. She took it out, which was great. Yeah. I feel like that was quite a solid, like I was going to say like easy. It wasn't an easy takeout, but it was definitely like Sarah was like the standout for me. And I think the girls in the masters were all amazing. There was Trisha Tan as well. I love Trisha. She's great. She's on my team for posing. A few of the other girls in there are amazing as well. But I just feel like Sarah had the whole package. She had like the flair. She walked out, everyone was looking at her. She's a babe anyway, you know, like she just had the posing down. Everything was perfect. Her physique is looking better and better all the time. She just keeps going and she just keeps improving, and anyone that follows her will know that. And she's actually just a really lovely person as well. So really good course to have one, right? Yeah,
she's worked hard for that one. It's take a few years at it, and she's got it. So yeah,
and she's hungry, eh? She's keen for more.
Oh yeah.
Get a kill. I'm so stoked. All right, let's move into the open. Well, far out. Novice is huge as well. Crazy. We had 4 classes, of course, in novice. Whole bunch of different winners all the way through that. Your girl Caitlin came back with a freaking vengeance. That girl is just killing it. She did the TOC comp. Did she do South Island or no? No, she just did TOC in Wellington, right? She cleaned up, man. She came in looking different than TOC. Green bikini to a red bikini, just jazzed her up, gave her so much sass. Everyone loved her posing. Everyone loved her physique. She's definitely timed up and just like, she looks good. What did you, because she cleaned up a few of those classes of hers, what did you do with her from TOC to now? Like, did you need to do much to her, or did you guys just keep on the trajectory of just killing it? Like, what happened there?
Yeah, so I mean, I always take each person into their first show with I think what I try to think, or what I bring is a good representation of what they've got, and then based on the feedback, you know, I always leave some room for, I think that there's more that I can do with them. But I don't run into a show and be like, I know everything.
Yeah.
I use the regional shows to find out what the judges want to see for that person. Yeah. What's going to make that person stand out. And so, we had room to move, and the way that they wanted us to move was, aligned to what I was, suspecting as well. So the feedback we got was exactly what I sort of said to her. And so our plan moving forward was to just fill her up a little bit more. Bring a little bit more condition in. The conditions are a funny thing. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean get leaner. So it's just bringing the right condition. And so, yeah, we allowed her to get a little bit more full. We changed her pump up structure as well. And so, yeah, I mean, there was a huge difference between 2 weeks. And this is why I say, like, keep going.
Yeah.
2 weeks, man. Like, you can change so much in 2 weeks. Yeah, Rosemary was an example from the South Island show from TOC as well. Like, you can change so much, yeah, in that short amount of time. So, yeah, if you're there, stay there and keep hooking it.
Going, man, keep grinding. Yeah, it's not that long to go, you know. So Caitlin did amazing. She's not gonna, from what I heard, she's not gonna be doing nationals. But she will be back. Is that right? She's gonna come back for another season at some point, right?
Yeah, well, see, I like to think she's caught the bug now. I think that she's done well enough now to be like, oh, this is definitely feasible. But yeah, for her, it's she'll want to go all the way, right? She'll want to come back and make sure she's got all the bits to, go into a national overall. Yeah, and
100%. And sometimes for bikini girls, you got to build. Like, it's not all about coming in lean or doing this or that. You sometimes have to build, like upper, lower, glutes. Like, so it takes time. Sometimes you can't do that until nationals. You need a bit more time. So she wants to commit, so she's going to commit and then come back, isn't she? So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's time for her to focus on some other life things as well. She's being dedicated to this. It shows. And now she gets to pivot her time and her energy a little bit more, which is smart.
Yeah, and she can watch and come and just like check it out and support. And she's so lovely. She's always in everyone's like DMs supporting everybody. So great, the young girls you've got on your team, Frank. They're lovely. So yeah, a few overalls in the novice. Open was huge as well. We had some great talent. So we had Afia. She's in my posing team as well. Black bikini, beautiful woman. Everyone saw her come out with her posing. It was on point. And her physique was fucking on point. She was Troy Thornton's client. Everyone probably noticed her come out. We have Rebecca. She's another well-awaited person to come out. She likes, like, these are the girls that put their journey on their Instagram and people fall in love with them and they want to follow their journey. So Rebecca was another one of those. And she did amazing as well. That she's got a rig on her. And we also had Bridget come back she did TOC, she did South Island, and now she's done Wellington. That girl competes all the time. If you haven't followed Bridget, she's competed for years and a lot. She puts in the work. She takes the feedback, she tries to do her best with that, and then just continues on, which is just kind of what the sport's about. It's all about continuing. It's a long game, not a short game. So good on you, Bridget, for doing that. And she took out overalls. Bridget took it. So a couple of things around that. There was a lot of different opinions, and everyone's allowed their own opinion around who wins and whatever. But if you weren't there sitting at the judge's seat, you don't really get to say exactly what should happen. And it always looks different from where the judges are. Even if you're just sitting over there, it's different than where the judges are, okay, every time. So it's really tricky, though. So Bridget won overall. It was down to her and I think Rebecca, and that they just like singled those two out, put them to work, and then Bridget took it out. So what did you think about the overalls, Frank? What did you think about Bridget finally earning that overall? She's wanted it for so long. She finally got it. It was a cute moment, to be honest. But what did you think about the overalls? There was quite a few girls up there. Were you like, it was hard to pick, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The person that represented their class in overall made that really hard to judge. Would have been hard to judge.
Yeah.
Again, credit to the judges, man. You had 5 or 6 totally different looking people, all in bikini, and that's you get that among the different height classes, different structures, and they've got to do their best to select who they think's gonna, who represents the overall winner
100%.
for that class. So I thought the quality of each overall winner was good. Your open winner was good, and then again, like we weren't there.
Yeah.
I am not gonna say that I'm disappointed with who they chose. I have some questions, but that's just more from for me wanting to be an effective coach and knowing what to bring in for each person moving forward. But I think that result come down to is, and we've just discussed before, is the judges have to judge what's in front of them. And so, the winner of each one of their classes was the winner for whatever reason. And they come to the overall and it all starts again. And then it's just narrowing it down to who's representing the criteria the best. And so there will be things that, even though they they come in for the overall, there might be something that they missed, they don't have, or something that's too much that eliminates them from being, top two straight away. And so it gets narrowed down and you're left with who you've got. And then it's down to those two and who's going to be the most bikini. And I think it's just, if people understood the criteria a little bit better, you're not picking just who you think looks the best. It is criteria specific. And so, that with all the classes now, when we've spoken about this before, they're really narrowing down the scope of what that criteria is. I think the biggest one now is a person's structure, frame. They're really wanting the hourglass silhouette, and they're really veering away from the V or the X frame shapes. And so I think for some people, unfortunately, they can look good. They could have won their class because they were the best put together for their class, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what they want for the, judges want for an overall. And so, you end up with who they feel like is the closest to that, specific criteria, and you get Bridget this time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened, man. And she did earn it. You can't deny that she has earned that. She's taken feedback, and she's fucking like I just said, every show she turns up, she puts it in. Like, you just have no one understands what she actually goes through week to week, because she's done this back to back, like I said, for years. So good on her. We'll see her at Nationals. On that note, we've been, well, I don't know about you, but I've been asked nonstop to compare the bikini overall winners. So we're going to do that now. First of all, every single woman and man that stood on that stage this year deserves a bit of credit, because they've all killed it. All of them fucking have, and we're not picking favorites or nothing. This is just us discussing our sport, which we love to do. So that's what we're going to do right now. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put it up on the screen. These are the overall winners. Frank's got a picture of it himself that I sent him. He already knows who the winners are anyway. And I've got them in front of me here just so my brain cells don't hurt. So we've got 5 overall winners now, which is cool. So the season started way back. Remember, we have Coco Do from Auckland Champs. We have Jasmine Naden from Body of Steel. We've got Adita Brown, worthy of victory, from TOC. We've got Barbara Del Piaz from South Island. And then we've got Bridget Walswood from Wellington. So all these freaking babes, and I'm looking at them all right now. And a lot of people are like, they're so different and blah, 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 blah. And what are they looking for? And what's that? And they're not going to look identical, because one, we don't have enough athletes in this country to look identical. Everyone's going to look different. And also, they're not all that different. Let's be honest. Okay, so we're going to talk about it, Frank. You have, like, I'm a bikini fucking fanatic. Everyone knows that. So I will talk about my opinions as well. But you're a coach. You've been doing this for years. You've got pros on your team, everything. So we'll talk from your point of view first. What do you reckon is similar about these girls that the judges would have picked on the day? It's obviously the best on the day, but like, what do you think is quite similar about these girls? And maybe where do you think people are thinking that they're so different? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the same? What's the difference?
Yeah, sweet. So I think it really starts to come into play from Jasmine through to Bridget. Again, like, they're gonna judge who turns up, man. And the first girl, I can't remember her name. She was there. She won.
Yeah, she won.
That's as simple as that. The rest, though, I think, is where the competition started to heat up, and there was a bit more competition. And so the main similarity that I see between them is the development. There is more development of muscle in these girls. The shape is more specific. The one person out of the more recent shows that has I'd say the most different structural frame would be the South Island winner.
Barbara Del Piaz? Barbara?
Yes. Yeah. I think out of who's there so far, she's leaning more to the X-framed or V-tapered shape, whereas the other girls are more hourglass. Each of them have got they had the right condition that they needed for the purpose of winning their
Yeah.
their shows that day.
Yeah.
The condition is a little bit varied among them. That can come down to the development as well, just how it looks. And then you've got, I mean, at this end of it now, you've got Bridget, who's done 3 shows in a row. So, you know, you're getting down closer to nationals. It's, I mean, like, I like to think that people should be coming to any show conditioned anyway, but the condition has improved, I think, you know, over the last 2 shows from Barbara to Bridget now, because there's been more time. And they're heading up, you know, they're lining up nationals as well. So I think that there's not a lot of difference. You've just got different people. And again, you just have to understand the criteria and see how each person fits into the mold of that criteria.
Yeah, 100%. And so you were on stage in Auckland Champs, and that was when Coco Do won. So that's why you don't have a freaking clue who was on the stage. You were doing your thing that day. He was eating slices after, he couldn't care less. But Coco Do won that one, and she was, I remember watching with Kate front row. She had the most muscle development on the day, and like, she was just a perfect bikini girl on the day. It was slim pickings on that first show. Everyone knows it. The first show is the smallest. The first show is where everyone's dusting the nerves off. Everyone was first timer pretty much. Coco Do had the most muscle development. So that is the common trajectory for these winners. That's what it is. Everyone's jacked. Like, I've got a picture of right now. If you watch it on YouTube, you'll see it. They've all got muscle. They've all got lower body. They've all got shoulders. They've all got like definition through their delts. Like, they're all there. Bridget, the argument that everyone had with Bridget was that she doesn't have the development that Barbara has, or Adida has, or Jasmine has. No, maybe she doesn't, but the next person up was Rebecca, and maybe Rebecca didn't have the conditioning. Maybe she had too much of an X-frame. Do you know what I mean? And like, that's not taking anything from Rebecca. That's just something she can take on from her feedback, if that was her feedback. So just discounting Bridget because she didn't have size is really kind of dumb. Like, that just means you're a little uneducated in the sport, and maybe that's why they're asking, which is fair. But don't just say she's too small and she shouldn't have won. I feel like that's ratchet and bullshit on Bridget's part. She's definitely deserved to win, and she had the best look on the day. So let's just leave it there and see how she goes at nationals. That's what it comes down to now, you know. She can put her money where her mouth is, you know. Yeah,
she wouldn't have got her class if she didn't have the development. She wouldn't have made it into the overall if she didn't have the development.
Yeah, 100%. It comes down to that, and you can't argue with these judges. The same judges what do I say? Keep saying coached. Just deal with my brain. The same judges judged South Islands, and then the only change in judges between South Islands and Wellington was adding Shane. So these judges are judging all these shows. Like, they're not just like, oh, there's this judge that one, and this judge. They're all the same. They're all looking for the same thing. They're very consistent. You can't argue with it, because they'll pull out all the details as to why, and we'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah. So they do have a reason of why they do everything that they do. And Bridget won fair and square. I'm excited to see her at nationals. Yep. I know she'll just keep coming in hot. I don't even know if she might even be competing at Waikato. I'm not really sure. She just pops up. I love that about her. She'll just pop up there, and she'll just come out there and shine. So that's kind of the differences that we saw, and the similarities that we saw. There's not a lot of differences. There's more similarities between these girls. So it's just something to think about. There's a lot to it, right?
Yeah, it is. It's, you know, the right density to look right on each person, the right conditioning to look right on each person. So it's not just go and get the biggest, get the leanest. That won't win it for you. It needs to all fit right. And then it also, you know, the presentation, the posing, man,
it's all part of it.
It's all part of it. And people don't like the result, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Doesn't matter.
That's why we love it, because it's not easy. It's brutal, and you don't know if you're going to win. So if you don't like that about the sport, then you might be in the wrong sport if you're competing. But really good job for the bikini girls. They all killed it. Afia, just wanted to quickly announce, she's just great. Just wanted to shout her out real quick. She was beautiful, man. And fuck, Troy knows what he's doing. And when Troy and Reed work together, it's similar to you and Kate. Like, they just turn up on the stage, and it's just like, you know, things are being put together well. Like, everything lines up. So we'll see those girls back at nationals. I know for a fact Afia will be back for nationals. So will the other girls. Bridget will be coming for her pro card. Rebecca Murdy, I'm sure she'll be back. 100%. She's a fucking hard worker. She's a little warrior too. And Caitlin, like I said, she's not going to be at nationals, but she'll be back. Keep an eye on that girl. Sarah will be at nationals.
At the stage.
At the stage. I think she actually might have told me that as well. I just wanted to double check. Yeah, keep an eye out for nationals, guys. It's going to be sick, but don't discount Waikato's first. Holy shit, I'm terrified. Okay, so we're going to move into this didn't tell us the category. Teenage and Masters Classic. I think this is Classic. Let's move into that now. Okay, so I'm going to need your help, Frank, because I didn't see as much of this, and the live stream for this was really like straight up and down, so you only saw the front and middle two people. So I really struggled with this one, but I'm going to get your help with this. So we had Classic Physique first time is 4 people in that class, and there was only 1 for the Masters men 40 plus. Anything to note on those guys, because obviously there's a whole bunch of others, but anything to note on their first timers in the Masters? Did you see them?
I'm trying to remember if I did see them or not. Did some of them go into the other classes as well?
I think so. Hamish won that one. Hamish Lecky won that class, and then no, I don't think they did. So that if you missed the first timers, I don't think they were really in there later. So it's it's for us to remember things on prep. It's hard as it is. But good job for those guys, and I'm sure that we did catch a bit of it, eh?
Yeah, I remember seeing it. It was hard to keep up with it. It was hard.
We're doing our best, man. We're trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on you guys. Honestly, all of you for getting up there. Hamish Lecky, like I said, took it out. Closely followed by Leighton, and then Clint and Jesse. So good work, guys. So stoked that you all got up there for your first time. That's sick. Wellington, like I'm sure it was packed. Well, it was a packed house. It was a sold out show. So good on you for getting up there. And Glenn Sanderson took out the Masters men 40 plus. So good on you, Glenn. I love it when the Masters get up there and kill it. Let's move into still Classic, but novice. Is it novice? Yeah, pretty sure. We had a lot of people in the novice classes. Did you see the novice come out? Like this
is where I'll be able to start remembering better.
Yeah, cool. So we had Division A, Division B, Division C, Division D, like we always have.
Yeah.
Ross Chambers took out the Division A.
Yeah.
And then we had Hamish Lane take out Division B. We had Darren Dingle take out Division C, and then we also had Jared Davenport. I remember Jared.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy looks insane. I had him down. I was like, he's going to win it. I like wrote it down. I was like, he's got it. And then he didn't win it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like the overalls, we'll talk about that soon. But what did you think about those guys? Like, did you see all of them? They look great.
Yeah, they all look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah. I was pleased with so I knew of 2 of the people that were doing Classic. And I was pleased to see the other people come through and represent it well as well. Yeah. That was a good overall lineup.
It was a good overall lineup. Yeah. So the overalls was Ross, Hamish, Darren, and Jared, like I just mentioned. Ross Chambers took it out from Division A. And like I said, I don't know why I had Jared. I think he was just clearest in my screen, but also his stage presence is insane. Like, and he's a beautiful man. Like you just look at him, you're like, that guy's just made for the show. He looks great. I remember seeing his shoulders and the striations on the live stream was like fucking sharp, like someone had just chiseled him, and I was like, this guy's crazy. So don't even know him, never met him, don't even know him on Instagram, nothing, but he just killed it. I just really thought he did great. Ross gave me some feedback on some of the show and stuff like that too. He loved it. It sounded like it was a good show from some of the guys' perspective coming on after the girls. It was a bit weird, but what do you think about Ross's physique? Did you catch him and Jared in the top 2 or 3?
Yeah, I without being biased or anything like that, I did favor Jared and Ross. They just looked classic. They brought good condition. They had great shape. I really enjoyed watching them. I had been following Jared's journey in, so was excited to see him get to stage and see him bring it all together. And yeah, he looked freaking great. And then obviously, like I've known Darren for a while, knew that he was going to bring a good package as well. And all I can say is the criteria got met.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So all you boys better get to nationals as well. I'm sure they will. They look like they're hungry for it. And it's so close now. You've got no excuse now, guys. Like no one should be like, oh, I'm just going to, give up now, besides Caitlin, because we love her and she's fine. But everyone else needs to go to nationals. And if you don't follow these guys, or go and pop them up on Instagram and shit too, because don't know how they don't have enough followers. But Ross Chambers, Jared Davenport, Darren Dingle, Hamish Lane, that's your top 4 for Classic Physique. Really good work, guys. Really
competition between some of these athletes is like this. Yeah. Like,
oh snap.
If you're that close, bring it, nudge it,
bring it in, man. And you've got 2 chances to get a fucking pro card. Like, what are you doing? Get up there and see where you land, get that feedback, keep committing. It's not that long. You can have all the fucking beers you want in a minute. Like I keep saying, everyone wants to have a break, but you don't get your break yet. Keep working. It'll be worth it. Okay, bodybuilding. Frank, I miss bodybuilding. I have to be, I'm just going to admit it. I didn't even see it. What I did, I went to the bathroom and something happened. And then I just came back and I was like, oh, fuck, classic physique. The men's physique. So you might have to help me out with this one, but we had teenage men, junior men, masters men 40 plus and masters men 60 plus.
Yep.
So that was epic. I love that. That's so cool, man. I love the masters and the teenagers as well. It's so cool to see these disciplined children, like 15 to 18, teenage, like So Alec was the guy that took out teenage men. Good on you. And then we had junior men 18 to 23 as junior. That was Bodine and Olivia. Oliver. This is my brain. But Bodine took that one out. Masters men was Hamish Coulter and Craig Linton. Hamish took it out, and then Masters men 60 plus was Roland. So that was a bit of a mixture there. Did you catch any of the juniors, the teenage, the masters, any of that stuff? We roll into the opens and whatnot.
Yeah, I got to see all them on there. They brought them all out together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which was cool. So because obviously there was
just a couple.
Yeah, in each class. So I like it when they do that, bring everyone out against each other, and every poor person that needs to stand next to Hamish and they're not in his class. But you know, it was cool, man. Yeah, cool to see the teenager and the junior guys doing well.
Yeah, just good to see, eh? Good on you guys, and keep going, man. Like, it's so cool to see teenagers like not on the piss and vaping. They're like in the gym, and, like, you know, like, it's just fun. People say it's unhealthy, but there's much more shit you could be doing that's unhealthier than bodybuilding, let me tell you.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. So novice, lots of novice boys, which is cool. We had a bantam, welter, middle, like heavy, like we do. And then there was a whole bunch in there. So did you see the novice guys who took, there was obviously 5 classes, so different winners in each one. Looked really good. Did you think any of the novice before we move into open? Any notes on that?
Yeah, no, the winners of those classes looked good.
Yeah.
Some of them have made some awesome progress from their last shows, like from previous shows. There's one, I think, he's coached by Connor. I can't remember his name now, but I did not recognize him.
Wow.
I actually just clicked to who it was today. And so it's fresh on my mind. And so, shout out to that guy. But if Connor hears this, or it's always epic to see someone like he was unrecognizable.
Wow. So, I love that. And they just pop out and they just like blow shit up, and you're like, wow, you've been working hard, man. You know it. It's so cool. Oh, well, that's awesome. So good on you, novice guys. Like, there was obviously a lot of winners in there. Tommy took out bantam. Rodney took out welterweight. Middleweight was Connor Ross. Light heavyweight was Simon. And heavyweight was Leighton Fraser. So there was a few. There was only kind of like one in each class mostly. So it was a little bit of a tricky one, but it's all good. They all got overall, so it's all part of it. So open bodybuilding, Connor Ross, middleweight, light heavyweight, Gareth. Heavyweight was Darren Dingle and Jared Davenport again. Those guys came back, and then Hamish Coulter come back, super heavyweight, the only one in that class. The big boys over 102 kilos, which is really cool. So maybe we should just move into the overalls, because it's pretty much like most of those guys are in the overalls, right? So really big overalls, like fucking solid. There was nine people in the overalls. Did you catch much of that battle and what they did with how they worked the guys and stuff? Was that fun to watch? Was it a good battle?
Yeah, it was cool to watch. I was in it, like in and out of it. It was hard to follow it, but was able to get the gist of it. And from what I gather, they felt like they worked for it. So,
they make them do it though. They don't fucking give it to them easy, do they?
No. Hey, no, man. They're looking for what's wrong with people, and so what I don't know if people know that though, but like when people walk out, the judges aren't immediately just going, "Oh, that person looks the best." They're actually reverse engineering that.
Yeah, they are. That's been up there for so long, because they were going to see who fails, you know, and what your flaws are. Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'd picked who was going to win the show prior to the show happening, and I said on the last pod that I was looking forward to seeing certain people up, and so Gareth was one of those people that I was looking forward to seeing come up, and man, he's made massive progress from his prior shows to this one. I've spoken to him briefly. He's not done. He's not done. He's happy. I think there was a couple of things that went against him a little bit. This is just, I think, typical peak week mayhem stuff. I couldn't quite understand if it was a wardrobe malfunction or whatever, but I know that he faced some challenges that day and still looked epic. So he's been out, he's come back. Cool to see him back.
Yeah, that's it. It's cool, hey. And then like Dom Finotti was sick last week. Like for the last comp, it's like you can get up there even if shit's hit the fan, you know, and get it and still win as well. Like these guys.
Hang in there, eh? Yeah.
Fucking get up there, get done, pin your shit back together if it's falling apart. Off we go. So Gareth Stanford won that, everyone. So he was the light heavyweight. It's always good to know what kind of weight class you're in as well. It's just interesting to know. So he was a light heavyweight. Followed closely by Simon, who was also a light heavyweight, and then we have kind of third place was Hamish Coulter, which is the super heavyweight dude. And then it was obviously a good lineup because Jared Davenport was in there, and like there was a bunch of people in there as well that would have been good to watch battle it out as well. So we'll see if they come back to nationals as well, what classes these guys do or divisions they do. Some of them might not do both, they might just do what, who knows. So this is some of the exciting stuff. They're just seeing where they fit. And then people like Jared might be like, fuck, bodybuilding's not for me. Maybe it's more classic or the other way around. And it's really fun to watch people kind of find where they sit and where they really excel. So good work on the guys' bodybuilding. Any other notes on the bodybuilding before we move on to the men's physique?
No, you're good. Sweet.
It's cool. It's been good to watch, guys, and I hope you all come back for nationals. Like Frank said, you're so close now. You can get there, man. So close. Men's physique. No, is this men's physique? I think it is. Yeah, it is. It didn't say at the top, but it's all right. We're getting there. We had first timers. Fuck these first timers. We had 1, 2, 3, 7 first time men's physique. That was mad. Joshua Choi took it out. Which is I don't even know who that is. I was going to say I think I know who he is, but I don't actually remember. But first timers, he took that one out. He also took out the junior men's because he's in the 16 to 23. And then we had the masters men's, which is 40 plus, and that got taken out by Aaron Carter. So that's really cool. Did you see any of the first timers in the what do you think about those guys?
Didn't get to see the first timers.
Masters.
I got the masters and a decent amount of what happened after that. Yeah,
nice, cool. We'll move on to that, but it's really, on that note, it's really cool to see men's physique first timers. Like every show we've seen, there's been a bunch of them, and they might not be completely ready. And I'm so stoked that they still get up there to see what they need to do. What do I need to do? I want to do the sport. Like, where do I fit? And that's what they're doing, and they keep coming back. So good on you, first timers, for men's physique. It's not easy. These men's divisions are really hard. Like, it's not easy for any of the guys. So to build and like stay lean and all that shit. So good on you guys for doing it. And we hope to see you back. Come back for nationals. Don't give up. Take your feedback. Carry on. We're going to talk about novice. Novice was huge. There was a lot in Division D that's over 178 centimeters. So usually there's quite a few in the taller guys because it's obviously men's. They're just a bit taller. What did you think about novice? Novice was fucking jam-packed. Class D winner was Josh Keeling. And then the rest of them was a bit of a mixed bag. But did you see much of the novice?
Yeah, it's got to see a little bit of it. I'm familiar with Josh. He did that show last year as well. He looks like he made some good progress from last year to this year. You see, he won his class. Did he win?
He won his class and he won his open class as well. And then Mike won overalls.
Yeah, see, he's someone. He's got Josh. And just because I can remember him, personally getting better, and is getting closer and closer to that overall. The overall winner was good. Don't know him, but he did the show at TSA. Yeah. So he brushed up some more. Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
He looked good.
Blow it away. He's got a good stage presence. He's just men's physique. Like, he just looks the part, super stoked he won. He was like fucking pumped. He was like waiting for it. Give me my fucking medal. Like, he just was ready to go. Like, it was just it was crazy. So good on him. Mike Herrera is his name, if I pronounce that right. So he'll be definitely in nationals because that guy's gunning for it. You can tell he's wanting his pro. I reckon he wants his pro card. I've never spoken to him, but I reckon he's like, fuck, I'm getting that pro card.
You can see.
You can see it, man.
He's got some passion, man. Yeah,
dude, like you can tell, and I like that. He comes out, he wants to win. He's just like he's there to be a champion. So we love that. So good on him. So our winners overall, we didn't have a women's physique. So it's a little baby small division in this country, but it's all right. We'll get there. Figure was Xavier. Wellness was Hayley Cameron. Well done, babe. Bikini was Bridget Walsford. Well done there as well. Plastic physique, Ross Chambers. Bodybuilding, Gareth Stanford. And men's physique was Mike Herrera. So good bunch, right? Bunch. Yep. A bunch of overalls that we're stoked with.
Yeah,
I love it. We'll go through a little bit of the feedback that we got, just because I know that some of the judges listen as well to this pod, which is really cool. And just like a whole bunch of different people kind of listen, they might take this feedback on or might want to know about what our shows are like, stuff like that. So a couple of little things. It started late. You heard that a lot as well, Frank. We were trying to jump on live, so we're like, why hasn't it started? Do you know the reason that they started late, Frank? We've been through that kind of thing?
They would have been waiting for everyone to be seated.
Exactly.
They're not going to start the show until everyone's in.
Yeah.
They've paid for the ticket. They're there. If it's hard to get seated, like, man, it's not. Shit doesn't always run perfect, right?
Yeah.
So,
That was kind of it. It was just basically trying to get people in the door. It's a small venue. Everybody knows that. They all saw it.
If you had bought a ticket and it had started and people coming to watch would have been shitty.
Yeah.
Man, athletes, you've got the day anyway. Like,
you deserve the day.
The running order is never exact.
Yeah.
And just because they say this time doesn't mean it really doesn't mean shit. Like, it's just a guideline. Yeah. If a class is strong, you could be there for a long time while they do comparisons to find out who the winner is, and you would be pissed off if now you didn't get the chance to be compared, in your class. So the shows will run the way that they run, the way that they have to run, is for the judges to be able to do what they've got to do. And they're not just trying to please the athletes, they're trying to make sure that the people who come to watch get to see the show. They don't want anyone to miss out who they're coming to watch, so.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't have a show without an audience, and it pumps money into the federation. There's a lot of things about it. A thing that a lot of athletes do is, it's my show. I've worked so hard for my show. This is my day. But they turn into little bratty kids, and that's fair because they've worked hard for this long. They've done all this fucking shit. They've bought this stuff. They're probably out of pocket. Like, they've done all of this, and it's my show. It's your show, but it's all of these other people's show as well. And we have a federation and a show to run. So we're going to start on the part where we're more on the IFBB Federation side rather than the athletes, and the athletes need to suck it up, and it is what it is. And you need to go into the day expecting the unexpected and not having expectations. If someone tells you, pump up, we're going to go on in 45 minutes, it happens in American shows every fucking time, all the time. They pump up and then they have to wait longer, another hour, another 2 hours, and you pumped up 2 hours ago. They don't sit there and go, oh, fucking, yeah, like, it's America. They just, shit happens. Like, it happens everywhere in the world. And that's another thing that I heard, is that, the guys were told to pump up and then they didn't get on stage in 45 minutes. That's going to happen. You have to deal with it. And the other thing is that all of the guys pumped up. They're all in the same boat as you are now. It's not like you pumped up individually and now everyone else gets a better chance. It's all the same. Like, it shouldn't be poor me. I know you're depleted, energy, stuff like that, but just deal with it. It is what it is, right, Frank?
It's all part of that. This is not an easy thing. It's, man, and if you're doing this to go far in this, you think of, like, so the top level of this, you're going over 2 days.
2 days.
Like, so, and you're going to be brought out multiple times, and you're not necessarily going to even get the chance to pump up sometimes.
It happens, man. And you have to be there. You have to be right there when they call you. Don't fucking walk around like you'll miss your show. They're not going to wait for you. You're there or you're not. Like, I was listening to Bikini in the Brain, like Team Elite Physique, and yesterday, and they said that people just miss out because they're getting their makeup done, they're going to the toilet, they're fluffing around, they miss their overalls. Or just be there for the show the whole day. And as soon as you're done, you're clocked off. You can do whatever the fuck you like, but you're there to compete, and you're not there to do a pageant or just like, it's all about you. You're there to compete for the day. So be ready for anything, like just, and try not to complain too much when it doesn't go your way, because it's going to be the same for everyone. Everyone's going to feel the same. So just roll with it. It might not go to plan. End of story. The stage was small. That was number 2. And it was small. It's harder to watch. It's not as fun to watch. You can't put all the comparisons on. The girls can't walk far. The guys can't do like massive pose-offs. It is not great for everyone, but it kind of is what it is for this show. Is it normally like that, Frank? I haven't seen the Wellington show. Is it normally a smaller stage?
They had a small stage last year as well. This is just, the federation's trying to find the right place to make these things happen, man. It's, I don't know if people know it, but there's a lot of places that don't like to lease their venues out for bodybuilding shows.
Yeah.
So, like, the federation's doing the best they can with, the amount that they've got to put aside for each show as well, and find the best location to make it come together for everybody. So they do the best they can, and they tried this venue out. Maybe they didn't like it ultimately either, and so maybe they'll look for something else next time as well. But the show got to happen.
That's it. Exactly. And I'm sure they will take on that. Like, they'll probably be thinking about this too, because they want to see comparisons. They want to see everything. Like,
they didn't go back to the same venue as last year.
Yeah.
Which shows that they didn't like that venue. It didn't work out the way that they'd hoped, so they moved on to the next one. And they'll find, if you want the best venue, fucking sign up and do the show. Like,
do the show. Yeah. We sold it out though, so that was good. It was a good sold out venue, which is great. Because it was small as well, which is probably another reason it sold out, but there was a lot of people going to watch people, and it was really cool. So still not massive athlete numbers overall, but a sold out show. So that's a win. We're happy with that. And I'm sure they're always looking into different venues and stuff. It's not easy, like you said, with the people don't always want to host a bodybuilding show because there's tan fucking everywhere, man. They have to like Dexter the walls and shit. Like, if you ever been backstage, it's creepy. It looks like someone's about to get murdered back there. But like, it's just, and the toilets, they seal the toilets. They have to think about everything, and everything takes time, and it's so much effort, and they just do the same thing over and over each year, these guys, and they do really good. But it's good to get the feedback. So don't stop giving feedback, but just understand when feedback can be taken and when it can't. But this is a good time to give feedback, because I'm sure they know, but it's good to hear it as well. What else? Oh, the woman on first. That was another bit of feedback about. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people, the consensus was bad. But what did you think about that kind of like woman on first, then nine times out of 10 last? What did you reckon?
I don't care. For me personally, I don't care what order it goes in, and it shouldn't matter what order it goes in. Like, fuck, I think, like I said to you prior, like, to me, like, I wouldn't be scared of being up last as a bodybuilder, because for me it would be that, like, man, I've got more time to load, or if I need to even maybe get rid of some water, it gives me some time to do that. So for a bodybuilder, I think, like, fuck it, it's fine to be on later rather than earlier. Gives you more chance to fix anything if you need to fix anything. But I think the hard thing for bikini being out first is, like, it's a rush to get the tan and the makeup and all that sort of shit done. But I'm like, whoever's out first gets to get it done, and then gets to, chill out, especially if they're doing the prize givings quite quickly as well. Fucking then join the crowd and watch the rest of the show. Like, I think that's the only thing that really pisses me off, is when a category is done and then everyone just fucks off. I don't swear much, but it's like everybody else stayed to watch you and waited for you and was there to support you, even if it is just sort of like, in the presence of spirit.
100%.
But it's like, it's the day, man. It's comp day. Like, fuck, be part of the whole thing.
Be part of it. Support the sport. Get in there.
Everyone's uncomfortable. Everyone's freaking. You're at the point of the spear now. Like,
that's it. It's game time. It's on. It doesn't matter where you are in the schedule. You're having your turn, and I think it's been a cool way to do it, is have the men on first for this whole time, because I've really got into the men, because I'd go early and I'd watch the guys before the girls, and no one's better than the other. They're just fucking as good as each other to watch. And I know a lot of bikini girls that don't watch the men's and stuff, but you get so much out of it. It's so cool to watch the men perform. It's incredible. So it's always good to watch both. If you're going to compete, be an athlete, watch all of the show if you can. Eat your fucking food while you're in the show, but support the show. Don't just bail and get everyone to leave with you. And I think that's why bikini was always on at the end, is because the girls, everyone wants to see the girls. Bikini is like the most epitome of like the general physique of woman that most people want to see, I suppose. And wellness and figure and stuff like that are really like admirable. So people want to see that as well because it's incredible to watch. But having bikini on last, the girls would hype everyone up. They'd get all their friends to come watch, and so that the crowd would stay, So we need to kind of, despite whatever way the schedule is, we need to make sure everyone's there the whole time. You pay to watch, let's come and watch the show. You can have your dinner after. It's not that long to wait. You've waited 20 weeks. Another couple of hours ain't gonna do much. So that was pretty much like the consensus on the show, was just a bit small, took a little while to get everyone in there, the pump ups and stuff like that, timing off. But it is what it is, right, Frank? Sometimes on show day you just need to suck it up, but sometimes it's good to share the feedback too.
Yeah. Fuck, man, I can remember when shows would run into the night.
Yeah. I remember that too. It was like 10 p.m. was still going, like just getting off the stage.
That was normal as shit. Like you had to, the way that it used to be was all the prejudging would go the first half of the day, and then you'd have like an interim, and then you would go through all of the routines and the prize giving, which would take it through nighttime. So even though you had been on, you still had to be there all freaking day, and you had to wait to see. So you had no choice. Otherwise, you might have won and you wouldn't have got your prize. But I
think that's the best way to do it. They always say one show format, and that's what we've got at the moment, is a one show format. But there has been two show formats and like longer days, and like Frank said, overseas they do 2 days. Olympia is 2 days. Like there's a lot that's like more than that, so it's just one day. Give your day to bodybuilding and give your day to the sport, and just really soak it all up. And people that go watch the whole fucking thing, because you won't regret it. You'll get so excited. It's so fun to watch, man. It's a motivating. Yeah. Well, that's kind of my notes, really. I don't think there was really much else in there from feedback and stuff like that. We do appreciate your feedback, not trying to shut anyone down, but we just want to make sure that you understand that things aren't going to be perfect. Like, as timings are going to be off, the show might start late. Fuck it. You're still getting up there. Just focus on the good shit, right? On the positives.
What I will say is that every freaking person that's tried to do it better hasn't.
Yeah, 100%. You can't be done, man. Let Mo do his thing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's literally doing his best. Like, people don't make it easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The judges, they're all doing their best, man.
Yeah. So, and it's not like what's that?
Yeah, it can only get better if we're on board with it.
Yeah. Support it. That's it, man. Because like it's not like IFBB's exempt from going through inflation and COVID, and like we had to go through all of that too. Mo had to go through all of that, plus running extreme nutrition, plus looking after his family, plus doing this and that, plus trying to support his overseas pros. Like there's so much to go into it. We need to be more appreciative of what we've got. We're so lucky to have IFBB. So like, we don't even know how lucky we are. We have nothing else here. We've got ICN and stuff. WBFF gave up. They didn't want to fucking bar it. Like it's so like niche New Zealand. We get 5-6 regional shows and then the nationals and pro shows.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing such a good job. We need to be so stoked with what we've got. And totally not trying to brown nose. I'm just actually so grateful to be able to compete in this country, and that I don't have to go to Aussie, because a lot of people do, like, have to leave their country to compete, like our pros. But yeah, just wanted to mention that. Just need to be appreciative of what we've got, right?
Yeah, people get mixed up between having opportunity and having a right. Like, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of entitlement in this world that we're living in at the moment, but just be stoked. I'm so stoked to compete. Like like I was telling Frank, I'm dying. I'm feeling shit. I've got no reason to complain. I put myself in this position, but I'm really like, I am struggling now. And I'm like, I still feel really grateful that I can do this though. Like it sucks, but I'm so happy that I can. So just be really grateful that you can, guys. Get everyone to go and buy the tickets. Our last show is Waikato. Woo! Let's go Waikato. I'm so excited. Isn't it going to be good, Frank?
It's going to be good. Yeah.
Good, man.
Excited for you to have burger fuel on your way home.
Fuck yeah, I'm so excited for burger. If anyone's in front of me in the line, move. Move. Give me my chicken tenders. So yeah, go and watch Waikato, guys. It's in 2.5 weeks. 30th of September. It's in Potato this time, so it's not in like Hamilton or whatever, but Waikato's huge. It could be in Taupo. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all part of Waikato. So it's in Potato. Book a ticket. Come and watch me do my first show. Frank's going to be there watching. Kate's going to be there watching. Marjan, my coach, is going to be there watching. Everyone's going to be trying to make it down, so come and make it down. I know it's a drive, but support the sport. Buy a ticket. Come and watch me fuck up for the first time, and then I'll do my best at nationals to bring it all together a little bit better. So, yeah, buy your tickets. Link in the description. If you're watching on Spotify, YouTube, whatever, make sure you get a ticket. Any other notes, Frank, before we wrap it up? And then our next show is Waikato to wrap up. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that's it. Waikato is always a cool show. There's always people that pop up to do that one, just lining up nationals.
Yeah. Yeah, back to back.
It's coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, smart move. That's why I did it. Peak twice and done, like that's it. So we'll see. We'll see who comes out. You got a few Worthy Victory team members popping on the stage for this one?
Yeah, got a decent amount of guys actually doing this show.
Yes.
Yeah, first time men's physique guys. And yeah, some more girls.
Oh, nice one. Awesome, guys. And my team is Marjan Abelardo, so all of his athletes that are competing this season are all doing Waikato. So there's going to be a big mixture of people, a lot of people that are just coming out, starting off their season right now, like me. Lots of first timers, and then nationals is going to be so sick. Pro cards everywhere, all over the place. So let's go watch that. And then let's watch Mo's Muscles as well, which is a pro show, pro qualifier and pro show Olympia qualifier. It's like mad. Like, it's crazy. If you don't understand the grasp of what that is, it's huge. And I'm filming that one. I'm going to put it up on YouTube, and we're going to wrap it up, aren't we, Frank?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, for people to understand that pro show is going to allow 2 people to go to Olympia. 2 people
from New Zealand.
Could be 2 New Zealanders that go to Olympia, yeah.
Huge, man. And I wonder who they're going to be. I'm so excited. I was messaging Casey the other day, and I was like, better be you, bruh. And he was like, I'm going for it. And I was like, you better go to Olympia. If you get that qualified, I want you on the plane. Like, don't you bitch out and say, I don't have the money. Like, you're doing a give a little. We're getting you there. He was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
100%, man. If it's him, we will be making sure he gets there.
100%. It has to happen. And Frank's going to Hawaii as well, so we'll have to. It'll be a big trip, but we'll see how we go. But just exciting stuff coming up, guys. Buy your tickets, nzifbb.co.nz in the tickets section of the website. And that is it from us with this one. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that shit, support us. And we'll see you at Waikato's.
Let's go.
All right. We'll see you then, everyone. See you later. Bye.